My name's Brady Hammrich. I am a customer service manager with McConkey Auction Group. So a mutual friend of my dad's and my family was mutual friends with a family that owned an auction company in Port Orchard, Washington. They were looking for some help, for labor type help or whatever. And a couple years into it, they sent me through auction school. I kind of liked it. I was kind of a shy kid, but the auctioneering thing, I got up there and I'm like, wow, I'm demanding people's attention. They're actually listening to me, you know? I ended up being pretty good. My chant developed really quickly. Greg Mayhew actually hired me when I was 20 years old at South Seattle Auto Auction to be a ring man, and worked my way up the food chain to get on the auction block. In 1991, Greg was short an auctioneer for a Ford factory sale, and it was my big debut. I remember him telling me that, hey, you're gonna sell the Fords today. I got up there and had fun and did a good job. Getting thrown to the fire was probably the best thing because you can't really think about it too long. It's just like you have to get up there and do it. And I sold the Ford factory sale at South Seattle every other Tuesday for from 91 until I quit to come to work for McConkey full time in 2013. It's kind of funny that I end up being known kind of in that Ford circle as a Ford auctioneer when I'm into Chevys and Jeeps. When I was probably 7 or 8, my mom had a 64 Malibu Super Sport. I don't know, I liked the styling. Even when I was a little kid, I grew up for a while in Yakima, so in Union Gap, and some of these old car dealers will know this, but there was a dealership down First Avenue in Union Gap called Pat Nodes, and he had like a iron fence that went around the front of this place, but it was right on First Street. And he had the coolest cars. Like he had Impala Super Sports, he had Pontiac Grand Prix and Camaros and Chevelles. And I used to ride my bike and ride along the sidewalk, along that fence and look at those cars going, oh my God, they're so cool. I think cars are like artwork kind of, and it's so cool. Like I'm not really a history buff, but I like history, and I feel like cars are like a good window to the past, like what the styling was, what the the culture was like back then. Like this 59 Chevy that I have has 14 ashtrays in it because everybody smoked and it was just the way it was. When I was probably 10 years old, my cousin was he's probably 5 years older than me, but we'd sit on his front porch at his house in Yakima, and he lived on a little bit busier road, and we would try and guess by looking at the headlights or the tail lights or whatever, what kind of car was coming. And when we do the collector car, the Big Sky sale, and we have the collector car auction, me and Danny Shorno are always going, I think that, that 327 is a 300 horsepower, rah, rah, rah. We're bragging up the horsepower. And I mean, most people are like, really? How do you know the horsepower on, 42 different cars? It's kind of crazy. I was good at that at an early age and really into little Matchbox cars. And, I was thinking about this too. It would have been cool. I had a Hot Wheels racetrack and stuff, and I'd line my cars out, I never really did a car lot or whatever, but can you imagine pretending I had an auto auction and I had all my cars lined up to go through the auto auction and then auction them off? Would be, super cool.